What's going on, Dolphins fans? It's Connor from the Dolphins Dive, and today's preview day, breaking down potentially the last game of the season. Before I hop into today's video, please drop a subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, helps the channel grow. I appreciate it a lot, and we continue to get good news about Damar Hamlin. I'm sure you guys all know about the situation on Monday night, and it looked very scary, but thankfully, through all the well wishes and just him fighting, he's all good, so that's tremendous news. Just wanted to get that out there before I hop into today's video. But it's been great news. It's just you continuously see the updates and the better news, and it just makes you feel good. I'm very happy for him and the Bills as a whole, despite obviously that whole situation. So we're gonna hop into today's video. Dolphins versus the Jets. So the Dolphins, in order to make the playoffs, need to win this game, and we need the Patriots to lose to the Bills. So let's hop into today's video. Dolphins offense versus Jets defense. This is where I think, once again, the game's going to come down to our strength versus their strength. Jets have one of the best defenses in the league, and it's going to show by these numbers. So Dolphins offense is 10th in points per game. Jets defense is 4th, so there you go. Dolphins are 3rd in passing yards per game. Jets are 2nd in passing yards allowed. So once again, it's going to be a emphasis of what happens. Dolphins are 26th in rushing yards per game. Jets are 16th in rushing yards allowed. So Skylar Thompson's starting at quarterback for the Dolphins against a very good Jets defense. We saw what happened the last time we played. Now, granted, the score doesn't show this whole story. It really did spiral out of control after a missed field goal, like halfway through the fourth quarter. It was a winnable game. So, first offensive key of the game: protect the football. If we don't throw a pick six last week, we probably win the game, just due to how bad the Patriots offense is. They probably don't score enough points to beat us. So especially with the third string rookie quarterback against a very good defense and a lackluster offense, if you give them extra possessions, it might be the possession that they need to beat you. So protect the football at all costs. Don't throw picks. Don't fumble. You get the gist. Number 2, establish the fucking run. Now, I just went through the numbers. The Jets are the second best pass defense in the entire league. They are league average 16th in rushing yards allowed. Obviously, we've struggled to consistently run the football. Part of that being McDaniel running away from it, but there's also times where he does get a little too much flack for not running the ball as much. When it'll be first down, we run the ball for 2 yards. We run the ball again for 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 6. Like, there are scenarios where the run game isn't as good. We do pop off some big runs here and there, but establish the fucking run. All week, he should have been in his bag, game planning the run game, and he should stick to it all game long against the Jets because, like I said, they have a very good pass defense. We have a third-string quarterback. Obviously, we're going to need to pass the ball. We have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We got to get the ball in their hands, but establish the run. Like, I don't care. Run stretch 3 times in a row. Like, we get a little too cute with some of our runs. I want to see 12 or 21 personnel and just try and run the ball down their throats. And honestly, we probably won't have that much success because that's not what we do. But we just have to establish it because we need to shorten this game because, like I said, they have a good defense, not a good offense. We can't give them extra possessions. Just try to establish the run, and it'll pay off later on in the game. And then last but not least, get the ball out quick to Waddle and Tyreek. Skylar Thompson's serviceable. He's our worst quarterback, clearly. And you can just see the drop-off in passing play from Tua to Teddy and then to Skylar. They just don't have that quick trigger like Tua does. They don't have Tua's just so quick on his feet and gets the ball out really quick. And you don't see that same kind of game out of these guys. It's not necessarily a horrible thing, but I prefer stops to run, get the ball out quick to our playmakers, let things happen, don't take too many risks. Players to watch for the Jets defense, like I said, this is the strong suit of their game. They have a lot of good defensive players. I'm going to start in the front line. Quinnen Williams, one of the best interior defensive linemen in all football this year. He really took a next step. He's one of the best, like I said, interior linemen in football. Sauce Gardner, we all know about him. Very good rookie corner. Probably tried to avoid him. They play a lot of zone coverage. If he's man coverage, people like to make narratives like, oh, he locked up Tyreek. Like, if they were man coverage one-on-one, see what happens. Like, it's a little silly narrative. He's a very good corner, though, nonetheless. A potential defensive rookie of the year. Very good player for the Jets. DJ Reed, another corner the Jets have, has been very, very good for them this year. And last but not least, John Franklin Myers, who's actually had pretty good production this year. He's one of their better edge rushers on the team. I think they also have Carl Lawson. I don't think he's doing as good as they had expected, but he's still there, still a solid football player. They also have C.J. Mosley. I left him off the list, but he makes plays from here and there. So Jets offense versus the Dolphins defense. So the Jets are out Mike White, so Joe Flacco is going to be starting for them, and they're also missing like 2 offensive linemen. I think Dwayne Brown and George Fant aren't playing, so their O-line is completely banged up. They have Joe Flacco back there. If our pass rush doesn't get there, there's a fucking issue. I'm already calling for Josh Boyer's job personally, based off information I've received from people close to the situation, as well as just what my eyes tell me. I think it's time to go. But let's get into this breakdown. Jets offense is 27th in points per game. The Dolphins defense is the same and 27th in points per game. Jets are 15th in passing yards per game. Dolphins defense is 27th in passing yards allowed. Jets are 25th in rushing yards per game. Dolphins are 8th in rushing yards allowed. So that's obviously good. Defensive key number 1, despite the number I just said, stop the run. Like I said, they're 25th in points rushing yards allowed. Tripping over my words. 25th in rushing yards per game, and we're 8th. So we obviously have that numerical advantage, but obviously their offense they run is from the Shanahan tree. They look to establish the run. But like I said, with the injuries on the offensive line, being out Breece Hall, who we faced the last time, we shouldn't have trouble, but that should also that's where this game starts off in terms of their offense versus our defense, is to stop the run, because if they can run the ball, that's all they're going to do, because like I said, they have Joe Flacco back there. Number 2, get off the field on third down. This has been the Dolphins defense's issue all year long, is getting to third down and not being able to get off the field, whether it be a penalty, giving up stupid plays, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on. We have struggled to get off the field on third down consistently. And last but not least, get pressure, force errant and bad throws, and get sacks, obviously. Like I said, they're without most of their offensive line. They have a statue back there at quarterback. You've got to be able to make him uncomfortable, force bad throws, get turnovers, get sacks. And if you are unable to get turnovers, sacks, or just force errant throws against like basically an entire backup offensive line and Joe Flacco, you got to lose your job. It's looking that way. I feel like the only way Josh Boyer keeps his job is if we make a good run in the playoffs. Will that happen? I don't know, but like I said, I've heard a lot of bad things from someone close to the situation, as well as the fact what we're seeing breakdown. Granted, this is a secondary reliant defense, and we're without. X has been hurt all year, playing hurt. Byron Jones has been gone. Nick Needham's gone. Brandon Jones is gone. With that said, you have Christian Wilkins, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Zach Sealer, and you're unable to get consistent pressure. And I don't know if it's how he's aligning them specifically. I haven't paid that close attention, but there's an issue there, not being able to get consistent pressure with that front. So Jets players to watch. I really don't have Garrett Wilson here. He's their stud rookie. They have other players, obviously. Bam White, their running back's pretty good. Or is it Knight? Sorry, I think it's Bam Knight. Whatever, I'm sorry. He's like third string. Garrett Wilson's their stud rookie receiver out of Ohio State, though. He's really flourished. He's going to be a stud for them for years to come. They also obviously have like Corey Davis, Elijah Mitchell, but none of them are like really big key players to watch aside from Garrett Wilson. He can take a slant to the crib. He can route people up. He's very, very good. So for my prediction for this game, I was going up and down. I wasn't feeling too good about it, but I'm predicting the Dolphins win 24-13. Just because of the amount of people that the Jets are out now. Like if they had Mike White, if they had their starting O-lineman, I'd feel a little worried about this game, quite frankly, because we have Skylar Thompson, and we're probably going to be playing banged up. But I'm hoping Armstead plays. I'm hoping Xavier plays. I'm hoping Chubb plays. So that definitely bodes well for the Dolphins. And as well as the whole, we need the Bills to beat the Patriots. I didn't feel too good about it with obviously the emotional weight on the Bills, and how are you supposed to like focus on game planning for a game against Bill Belichick when all of this is going on? But with the continuous good news, thank God, of DeMar Hamlin obviously doing well and better, I think it's going to give them an extra boost. The Bills are obviously more talented than the Patriots. I think they're going to be able to win that game. So if both predictions go as planned, I think the Dolphins are favored to win, the Bills are favored to win. If that happens, we're in the playoffs. So let's hope for that. If we win, we're going to be facing the Bills probably in the if we make the playoffs, we're probably facing the Bills anyway. So that's going to be a tough game, but let's hope we end this 5-game losing streak with a dub and we make the playoffs. That's what we need. Hopefully get a playoff dub, but we just got to focus on making the playoffs. Honestly, that's where I'm at this point. So Dolphins are 8-8. I'm 10-6 on my predictions. So hopefully I go to Dolphins 9-8, me 11-6. But that's it for this video. Comment down below your score predictions and any thoughts you have. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channel grow. And until next time, I'll catch y'all.